As a Genius Network member, you use numbers in so many unique ways, even as expressions specifically used by entrepreneurs, such as giving 110% or the 80-20 rule. Today, you're going to hear about the 90-10 principle. Numbers are a great way to express concepts, techniques, and principles. They provide a form of easy measurement without using a lot of words. When you grasp this 90-10 principle, you will reduce your stress, increase your effectiveness, and improve almost every relationship you're in. This is an idea that Brittany Anderson has been using for a number of years after realizing some of the other numbered principles she had adopted were no longer serving her, especially her giving 110% to everything that she did. Brittany is a serial entrepreneur. Today she has 5 different businesses. One is a consulting and coaching business helping organizations grow and cover their blind spots. 2, she's a partner in a financial services firm with fellow member Brian Sweet that manages over $1 billion of their clients' assets. 3, is the founder of the Trailblaze Hers Connect, a networking platform for highly successful women. And 4, she has a nursery and landscaping business that she and her husband recently acquired. She also has a 5th career as the mother of a 5, 7, and 10-year-old, plus a 40-year-old giant standing 6'5" in the form of her husband. The title of Brittany's speech is The 90-10 Principle, Transforming and Mastering Whole Life Leadership. Please help me welcome Brittany Anderson.
Thanks, Joe. All right, I hope to bring like an ounce of Devin's energy, some peace to Nell's, and to bring some tactics too. So imagine that you have a team member that shows up consistently every day, giving 10% effort. What are you gonna do with them? Fire them. You're not gonna stand for that. So what would happen then, or why do we give, Mike, nothing's going.
Your remote isn't on?
Nope.
Right now.
Do I get to start my time over? Okay. All right. So why do we allow ourselves then to give 110% in our business or our businesses, but then we expect to get home and give our loved ones only 10%, whatever's left over? Today we're going to explore how the 90-10 transformation can help bring you more peace, like Nell's talked about, can help you create more balance, avoid burnout, create even more opportunity on your team, both your team at home and your team at the office. How's that sound? Better. Great. Yeah. All right. So we're going to do a little exercise. Joe has done an amazing job at making this a really, really safe space. So are you okay getting a little personal, a little raw, a little transparent? All right. We're going to do a show of hands. This is for my friends in the audience and my friends in the virtual audience. Raise your hand very high if any one of the things that I'm about to list you have ever experienced. Anxiety or depression. Imposter syndrome. Keep your hands up. You've been considered a workaholic. You've experienced burnout. You've had negative health effects because of your constant go, go, go attitude. You've ever been divorced. I didn't have the best ex-husband thing going on that Devin gave, so I'm kind of pissed right now. Anybody feel like you could actually put both hands in the air and a couple of feet after going through this list? Right, so we have a room of high achievers. And here's the deal, just like Doug Brackman teaches us in his book, Driven, we're wired that way. We can't help it. We need to give 110, 120, 150% in every single thing that we do. But what if we change the way we looked at things? What if instead of showing up at 110, 120, 150%, we decided that it was okay to show up at 90%? Stay with me for a minute. So think back to school when you had report cards, you had teachers, some of you were in the principal's office. At that time, 90% was still an A. Your mom was still proud of you for bringing home 90%, and I can say that because I'm a mom. So earlier this year, if you guys think about like your favorite TV show, where you've watched it for a couple seasons, you're in season 5, and the writers are just making shit up to make it weird. Like you're like, I don't even know what happened. That's been the season of my life this year. I've embarked on a massive shift in our core business. We're prepping for a huge sale that I am so stinking grateful for. But at the same time, if you've ever been through a business sale, it is the most stressful thing that you can ever endure. I had my grays covered up before I came here just to hide the evidence. On top of that, I had another business that needed to end like yesterday. I'd spent the last year plus dealing with somebody really close to me battle addiction. As Joe mentioned, I'm also a mom of 3 little kids who have passions and activities and all the things that they like to do that take up time. So in one of the most chaotic times of my life, what do you think I did? Any guesses?
Started on board.
Started a new business, acquired another business, because what else do you do when you're just completely full? It's like Joe said earlier, when you've got that stack, you just keep on stacking. So think about a time in your life where you've been full and you're like, I'm just gonna keep going, because that's what we do. We're high achievers. So according to the World Health Organization, as my grandma would say, bless their heart. Thanks, I'm glad somebody got that. 40% of high achievers experience burnout at some point. But here's the kicker. Most of the time, it doesn't even become known until you are suffering from a serious health issue. Yikes. Here's a stat on teams. According to a 2023 study by Gallup, 76% of team members have experienced burnout at some point in time. 28% have experienced burnout very often or always. That's a quarter of our teams. So here's your $250,000 idea, or maybe better yet, a $300 billion idea. Do you want it? Yeah. You like money, that's good. Okay. The American Psychological Association estimates that burnout costs US businesses $300 billion every single year. That's due to absenteeism, turnover, that's reduced or decreased productivity. If that doesn't get your attention, I don't know what will. So what can we do about this? We like to solve things. We're entrepreneurs, we're high achievers. How do you push for and encourage growth in your business while still creating that culture of rest and recovery? How do you lead by a healthy example, both at home and at your office? So let's talk solutions.
Hey, I hope you're enjoying this video, and I want to let you know that I have a new book that's come out, and if you'd like to get it absolutely free, there's a link below in the description, or you can wait till the end of this video, or you can simply go to joesfreebook.com and you can get a copy there.
What if we embrace the notion that we can show up at 90% every day so that not one person in your life who is meaningful to you only gets the 10% left over? That's what the 90-10 transformation is. So you may or may not know some of the really big players out there that are infamous for burnout. Entities like Lyft, JP Morgan Chase, Apple, notorious for burnout. But what about you and me? We're not immune to it. As you saw earlier by the show of hands, we're high achievers. We like to push. We're pushers. A client of mine years ago had brought me in. He was having some cultural issues, wanted realignment. After a long day, we're walking out in the parking lot, and he stops me dead in my tracks. He's like, Brittany, look around. I was like, what? What's happening? What's going on? He's like, see all these cars out here? 7 o'clock at night, 5 to 6 days a week. These are my team members. Most of these cars are from my team. Isn't it amazing, their commitment and their dedication? I took a deep breath, and I was like, yeah, that is dedication to you and your vision and your business. And man, that's something. But I have to ask you a question. What about their dedication to themselves, to their loved ones, to their own well-being? You might imagine how that would have gone over. He was like, I brought you in because you deal with high-achieving teams. Like, I had to work 27 hours a day. I made 75,000 phone calls a week. I was chained to my desk. This is what you do. You got to sacrifice. You got to build. And I meet him with total empathy, because that's what we do. As high achievers, we expect out of others what we expect out of ourselves. This was years ago. He couldn't embrace the 90-10 principle. He just couldn't. He had that drive. So he ended up turning over his entire team, not once, not twice, but 3 times in 1 year, not by his choice. Can you imagine what that cost him? Giving yourself the grace, and grace meaning permission, understanding, to operate at 90% does not mean lowering your standards. It means maintaining sustainability. My why in sharing this with you today: life is precious. Nell's bio, his intro, it stated that. Loss. Success feels good, but so does a well-rounded life. Last month, we lost an amazing leader, a high achiever that is right from this community. John Rulin, show of hands, anybody knew John? Yeah, a lot of you. He was a member of Genius Network. He was a New York Times best-selling author. He was the creator of Giftology. He was a friend. He spoke on a lot of our stages, mine being one. He was such a great guy. He was a driven guy. On vacation with his beautiful family, his 4 daughters, his lovely wife, and then he was gone. Life is short and it is precious. And in the end, the 90-10 transformation, it's not about doing less. It's about doing what matters most, both at home and at work. So here's what you can do. Here's your action plan. Define your 90% and commit to it. Take action and execute, because that's what we do as high achievers. We execute. I'm asking a lot of you in this room to make a major shift and maybe even shift some values. It might be a little tough. So we're going to commit to a shortened time frame. I ask you to do this between now and Thanksgiving Day. And on that day, make a decision. Has this been good for me? And in the spirit of Thanksgiving, ask yourself, what has this made me grateful for? Imagine waking up Thanksgiving morning, you feel great, your relationships have improved, your spouse says you've never been more present, your kids see a twinkle in your eye, your business is thriving, your team is the most creative and collaborative that they've ever been, your stress is lowered, and it's all because you have adopted the 90-10 transformation.
Okay, I hope you found that video awesome and useful. So if you want to get a free copy of my book, I want you to click here. And if you want to watch some more videos that'll be useful and awesome, click here. Go ahead. They're over here. Do it now. Come on. Thank you. Watch them.